Boom shakalaka, Bitcoin at a critical crossroads as cryptocurrency up 2% today. The Canadian government goes after crypto and Warren Buffett buys Bitcoin. This episode we're taking a look at some awesome charts for Bitcoin. You definitely want to stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, Bitcoin at a very important crossroads as Canada is potentially going after cryptocurrency and Warren Buffett buys Bitcoin. Before we get into it, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. Also come join us over on Twitter at the Crypto Love. Now, if we take a look at fear and greed today, neutral. Once again, it's just been neutral. Nobody knows, up, down, sideways, whatever. But, usually by the time it's greed, it's too late. So it's good to be in neutral. Today, the whole market up 2%, Bitcoin at 44,119, Ethereum at 31.58, BNB at 432, XRP at 83 cents, Cardano at 110, Solana 103, Avalanche 94, and Terra 56. And if we take a look on token metrics, the top indices for the day on KuCoin, look at these top coins: Pax Gold, Bitcoin, Wrapped Bitcoin, Elrond, and Shiba. This is using artificial intelligence and machine learning to take a look at the top coins, over 80 different factors. And out of all of those, look at this. A large majority, almost 70% of the portfolio is Bitcoin and gold. So potentially those might rise a bit sooner than some altcoins. And if you want to check out token metrics for yourself, they have an insane discount for a few more days. You can get it by clicking the link down in the description. Now, if we take a look at Bitcoin, Bitcoin right now is coming up against some resistance. It was previous resistance back here on February 10th. And it looks like it's been some resistance yesterday and today as well. Why this downtrend? Well, this downtrend is basically just from the top, and we plotted out Bitcoin is coming up against that resistance. Now, if that continues to be resistance, well, then Bitcoin would likely continue in this downtrend. However, you can see since roughly about the bottom here on January 22nd, Bitcoin has been in this very sharp uptrend that could propel it out of this previous downtrend. So it is at a very critical juncture. Today, we'll have to see where Bitcoin goes. But in the news today, Canada invokes Emergencies Act targeting crowdfunding and crypto. The broadened scope of the terrorist funding rules include crypto transactions to protesters and gives the government the power to freeze bank accounts. Governments are scared that people have power and people have money once again. Governments are terrified. And if we take a look at basically what this is, so, Canada's Deputy Prime Minister says that as part of the Emergencies Act, they're broadening Canada's terrorist financing rules so they cover crowdfunding platforms and cryptocurrencies to the Canadian Freedom Convoy. Preston Site responds saying, and there it is, things are starting to get spicy. What an advertisement for Bitcoin. Bitcoin equals freedom, and don't forget it. Not only that, but Warren Buffett invests $1 billion in Bitcoin-friendly neobank, dumps Visa and MasterCard stocks. So the Oracle of Omaha now has more companies in portfolio that have direct or indirect exposure to Bitcoin and similar cryptocurrencies. So if we scroll down here, we can see in detail, Easy Invest, a trading platform that Nubank acquired in September 2020, has been actively offering a Bitcoin ETF since June of 2021. Dubbed QBTC11, the ETF is backed by QR Asset Management and is listed on the B3 Stock Exchange, the second oldest bourse in Brazil. So this is another thing in the crypto sector that Warren Buffett has added to his portfolio. Shocking. He hasn't bought Bitcoin himself, but he's bought companies that have exposure to Bitcoin. Now, what's going on with Bitcoin and the metrics? Well, if we take a look at the Bitcoin weekly RSI, looking incredibly bullish. If we take a look at the weekly RSI down here, these lines right here show almost every time when it crossed above the middle of this RSI trend towards the upside. The only time that it doesn't really show is right here. However, you could say that's maybe kind of a downtrend that it was in. But anyways, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, each time very, very bullish after that crosses. Not only that, but it looks like Bitcoin is forming a huge base with a trigger. We saw this back here in 2020 where we had the huge base, a lot of sideways movement coiling up before a trigger. Well, potentially we have this sideways movement coiling up. You can see how they counted the same on the RSI before potentially a trigger event. What that trigger event is, I don't know. Maybe people equating Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies with freedom, being scared of their governments. I don't know. But if we take a look at the Bitcoin 200-week moving average, marked with just the 200-week moving average, look at this. Pretty much up from almost the beginning of time. Just up. So, Moon Boys, well, that's probably an appropriate term. And lastly, probably the biggest chart, the most bullish chart I saved for last. Massive Bitcoin drop of supply on exchanges. Massive. Last time such a big supply dump happened was October 2020. Bitcoin price pumped 290%. You can see a massive drop off of Bitcoin off of exchanges. Look at how the price soared. Look at this again. Massive drop in Bitcoin off of exchanges. Price likely to soar. If it was to do what it did previously, we could be looking at $150,000 Bitcoin. That sounds great to you. Sounds great to me. I think we should do it. So that's all for today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. I'll catch you later. Have a good one. Peace.